So, like I said, my plan is to improve the intellectual content on the channel. That involves removing low IQ comments. I got two that I'm going to respond to here. This one first. Do you remember when you said Josiane Nunes was the future of 135? Now, I don't remember saying that specifically, but I do remember saying that if she continues to knock people out like that she would be, most definitely. But that girl that she knocked out appears to have brain damage. And that was her last fight. She hasn't fought since. She had real bad brain damage. And that contributed to her being knocked out. So it gave the illusion, maybe, that Josiane had more power than he actually had. But however, Nunes has a pretty good record, had a pretty good record at that time, too, with a whole lot of stoppages. But as Lolita asked, what's your point? Do you have a point? See how low IQ that is? That statement is? There's no point. There's no debate. There's nothing to debate. It's almost as if they just want to say, hey, you got a prediction wrong. Really? Everybody who makes predictions get predictions wrong. That's something that's going to happen if you run a channel and you make predictions. Whether it be in terms of believing a fighter will go far or believing that a fighter will win a certain fight. So it's low IQ. It's just like, it's like real childish. Like, haha, you got prediction wrong. Really? So those people get the boot. Okay? It's this booting session, crash out moment of mine. It's really all about me upgrading the intellectual content. I need people to leave well thought out comment. It's not that difficult. It really isn't. And have a point. Have a point. Don't be a 5-year-old. Leave 5-year-old like comments, which is what this is. You remember you? Okay. Next comment. Valentina also proved she is the real champion. And let's stop here. There is no real champion because Shevchenko has not fought everybody in the division yet. See how that works? Do you see how that works? She beats everybody in the division. She's the real champion. As long as there are fighters in the division that you have not beaten, especially when you haven't even fought everybody in the top 5. She hasn't even done that yet. How does your comment make sense? See how this works? It's going to be like a side class on this channel where I teach people how to think. I'm sorry to have to do this. I really am. Has Shevchenko fought Manon yet? Erin Blanchfield, Macy Barber, Rose Namajunas, Natalia Silva? There's a whole crop of fighters here that she has not fought yet. So what does real champion mean? What value does it have in your mind? In your Shevchenko worship mind? That's worship statements. They have no real value. It only serves to mislead people into believing that nobody can beat her. She has not proven that yet. Fundamentally, mathematically, you're wrong. People, it's not hard. Please stop saying stuff like that. It's the equivalent of a lie. She's the real champion. Stop it. Even saying that Grasso could never beat her again in the future, that's unrealistic. That's unreal. Shevchenko would tell you that. Anything can happen in MMA. See how that works? You know, the human mind is a wonderful thing. We should use it to its highest capacity and then push it. Don't have this lazy, lackluster brain. What are y'all doing out there? Get off the drugs, move around, do something to get your brain working. And you say Alexa, she said, Valentina proves she's the real champion and not Alexa. Alexa was the real champion when she held the belt. You beat the champion, you're the real champion. During that time, Shevchenko was not the real champion. What are you talking about? How is this a true comment from you? See how that works? See how that works? You don't have the right to say Alexa was not the real champion. She stopped Shevchenko. No matter what you think about how the fight unfolded, she stopped Shevchenko. Fought her to a draw in a rematch no matter what nobody think. She stopped her and fought to at least to a draw. One on my card and several other people's card. How does your comment make sense? Use the brain. You let the brain work. You see, you feel the juices flowing, the neurons connecting there. See, when you're right and accurate, it encourages you to stay that way. It's okay to make accurate comments. You don't have to make worship comments to leave a positive comment about your favorite fighter. Make sure your positive comment is also true, please. That's a fair thing for a channel host to ask. So I'm going on an intellectual crash out, and I'm loving it. Y'all have no idea. She said, not Alexa, as everyone shouted and expected in the trilogy that Alexa would tear Shevchenko apart. Oh, stop. Most people gave, no matter who they picked, gave the other fighter a chance. Why are you even giving attention to people who just were convinced that Alexa would tear Shevchenko apart? Why would you even give that crowd of people a response? Please don't. This is for the good of the channel, people. Trust me.